Well, first off, Jim, welcome to Killie. How's it feel to be here?
It's great, Scott. You know, it's like coming full circle in your coaching career. I think the most exciting part is just the emergence of the women's game, the resources the club are putting behind it now, and even the change. You know, so it's a really exciting position, and I'm privileged to be part of the sort of first professional contracts, first professional setup at the club, and hopefully we can take it forward and achieve the sort of desired success and the ambitions of the club, because the resources we're putting in deserves that. So hopefully we can bring that and maybe replicate the times going past. But I know there's massive changes in the game, and it's just great to see the emergence of the women's game overall, and I'm really looking forward to the challenge ahead.
You've been here and managed the women's team before in the past. Why was this a good time for yourself to kind of come back?
You know, even the way back there, it was and I think that's the emergence of the game. You know, back it was voluntary, you know, and it was just like everything else, looking to be self-sufficient, you know, and the changes now and the support of the clubs. And I think, you know, the big challenge for myself is that I've been away now, being involved in the women's game. I learned a lot in my coaching, took that into the men's game, and whether that was good or bad, that's for other people's opinions. And then I had a fantastic opportunity to go abroad, and I was working in the women's game in the college level over in Kentucky in America, and it's been a fantastic experience. So everything you've gained through your career, you're hoping you can bring here, and you know, hopefully take the club forward in the women's game. But I think the most exciting part is this new step, and you know, it must be exciting for everybody to bring professional football to Kilmarnock and the women's football.
With the women's football now falling under the bracket of the SPFL, is this like the next step that you're excited for? You know, pushing women's football to the level that the men's is at?
Well, I think everybody will always try and compare that, you know, and it's very, very challenging because of the different, you know, structures and support. But I think it's great it's all come under the one umbrella now, and the recognition of, you know, the quality of the game, you know, and I think that's the key part, and everybody's looking at that. But from my own point of view, coaching, you're very adaptable, whether you're working the men's game, the women's game, even working with the young kids is great, you know, and I hope that I can share my experience of being involved in women's football, being involved in men's professional football, being involved in the development game. And another asset I hope to do is invest in the coaches, the voluntary coaches here, part of my own experience of being like an SFA coach educator. You know, I can hopefully share that, and one of my ambitions this year is to have a succession plan in place so that the club's investment will be well rewarded and it will be there for future years to come.
How do you see yourself as a manager? It's a big question, but do you have any kind of philosophy that you've learned from your time that you can kind of bring to the squad?
I think one thing is my experience here in America has taught me a lot of things, even about myself. Massive change, and you know, you're always trying to meet people's expectations in the men's professional game, that you tend to divert away from your own characteristics sometimes, and I didn't like myself sometimes in the men's game. But being involved in the women's game, I recognised more myself, and you know, it doesn't make you any less demanding or challenging yourself to get better. But the most important thing for me is that you start to recognise that the expectations you meet are guarded by reality, and sometimes in the men's game it's everybody's an expert, you know, and then the women's game will get like that as well, I'm quite sure, you know. So, but I think the key part now is just learning more about myself, and hopefully the experiences I've gained, I can bring this to Kilmarnock and take them forward.
You've just met a lot of the girls today. You kind of getting familiar with them, where they're going to be playing, kind of getting an idea in your head of how you're going to set up the team.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing. Normally being in the men's game, you do a lot of groundwork, you know a lot of the guys going. This is a complete new squad, a new adventure for us all, so it'll take a bit of while, you know, a bit of time to get to know everybody. But hopefully my experience and my knowledge that I've got in the game will help me very quickly identify the strengths and weaknesses. And what I've said to the girls now is this is their programme, I'm just guiding them. You know, and it's very important to give them, you know, they take ownership of everything they're doing, and it's great there's a professional set up now as well. But I've also said to all the girls, it's not just about being a professional, it's not just about getting rewarded financially, it's having a professional outlook, you know, and that's the demands and the challenges we'll put to the girls, and I think they see the support and resources by the club, the professionalism aspect we'll take from the men, we'll learn from the men's side how they go about their business, and the girls will see that. They'll be integrated into the same kind of ideas, and hopefully that professional investment into all the players will make them respond that way as well. So I think it's quite exciting times, and as I said, it's a fantastic challenge and a great time to be here.
Exciting times, like you said. Do you have any aims for the season, or is it just take each game as it comes and see where that takes you?
people who know me, I'm very much I'm a huge competitor. You never enter a competition to be second, but I'm a dreamer. We achieved a lot of success the last time I was here, but you've got to be guarded with reality. You know, it takes time, and I think the long-term vision of the club, I think is making sure that we want to be at the top. You know, everybody wants to be at the top and compete at the highest level they possibly can. I'm no different from that as a coach as I was a player, and hopefully the players will want to challenge themselves and will stretch them as hard as they can to try and achieve their limits as well. So, but I think you've got to guard it with reality. You know, it'll take a bit of time, and I think the longevity of any successful programme is making sure that you take small steps. But at the same time, we know we want success, and we'll be trying our best to achieve that.